Hi guys, it's Molly. Come on in. Let me get my screen on my computer a little bit bigger. Let's talk about something. So I think I said in my other videos I went to the Salvation Army yesterday. I was looking for some play clothes for my grandson for the summer, just to run around in the yard in, like nothing would go out with, but you know. And I strolled down the aisles and I was trying to find something I could cover. I was going to do like an empty can of corn or something like that, but I ran across this beauty. And it was $2.99, but it was 50% off. So I got it for $1.50. And it is a heavy ceramic, and it's number 858. I love the sides here, and then there's a pit in it here. There's some ink down here I can't get off because I washed it really good this morning. It was already clean, but you know, I like to take some Dawn to it and let it soak and then scrub it out. So it's not, you know, it's worth $1.50, but it is solid, and it's my favorite color is my nail polish that I will redo before we do the next one because I'm sure you guys are disgusted. But anyway, our pool area that we have is done in, the best way to show you is in these colors. Okay, so our pool shed is all like this, just a little bit darker. And then I have accent pillows and stuff with this in white. And then I have black and white with it. So anyway, it looks good when you're out there, and I'll have to take pictures once we get out there. Our pool still isn't open. We had to convert our system, and I'm waiting for the electrician to come back, and which would be my brother, to finish the job, and then we can get it open. We just need some muscles over here. So I pulled some clay. I think I need to mix these two together, mostly this one with a little bit of Cernet Metallic. This is Primo Mint Green. And then guys, I've had this. Sorry, I'm still getting used to my new format here. And I'm upside down because I'm used to the old one. I have had this thing. Look at it. I've had it forever. Do you know this clay is still as good as new? And when I say forever, I mean it's been 4 or 5 years since I've touched it, at least. And there's nothing moldy in here. I'm seeing that on the camera. I don't know why it's showing up like that. Everything's totally perfectly fine. And then I pulled some of this Alizarian Crimson. Sorry. Then I might need to make it just a tad darker. I don't know. But anyway, on top of that, I want to share with you, I'm not sure how I want to do this, so it's going by my pool area. So I did go and buy 3 sizes of the scales. Okay, and I'm thinking I might want to go this route like we did with the Queen Bee project. And then I'm also thinking, I have this one now, because I was on a hunt to try and find new textures and stuff. So I don't know what we're going to end up doing. But I wanted to bring up this company. It's JBC Cookie Cutters. JB Cookie Cutters. Sorry. At JBC's all caps. It makes me say that. They have a ton of stuff on their website that I haven't seen before. I don't remember if I ordered anything else. Well, I'm sure I did. Because, I mean, I can't help. But, oh, I did. I bought more squares. If I need to knock out squares. Like, all at once. I don't know why I did that. I don't know. I have a problem. So, I buy stuff. So, yeah. So, JB Cookie Cutters, and they shipped this so fast it wasn't even funny. Now, I don't remember where they are. because I'm in Ohio, so but that might depend on it. And they are, oh, here, use my coupon codes, guys. Okay, let's not do that anymore. If you go here, type in 5% off if you order more than 20, and type in 10% off if you order over 50. I'm sure they're going to love that I just told everybody this. But they have some really cool stuff. And I got to say, I tested out this cutter. It is really good. So, you know, sometimes you get them and you're like, oh, great, I can't pick anything up because it was a sucky cutter. This one's really good. Okay? So I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about blueberry beads again. And guys, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I'm just trying to pass along things that I find to you. So blueberry beads, right? And I'm now having it linked and pinned in my top comment on all of my videos. I ordered, they're in Oregon, I'm in Ohio. This is like across the country kind of shipping that usually takes 3 days. I ordered more clay, and yesterday, it's going to be here tomorrow in the mail at 11 a.m. So I ran out of black clay. That's why I'm trying to get creative with this project. I have like this much Sculpey souffle, which I know looks like a ton, and it is, but I mean, when I'm trying to wrap something like this, I don't know, should I use black? Because I was thinking on one side of it, I would do red as the bottom layer before, and then the teal is the top. And then on the other side, use the teal as the bottom layer, and then the reds on the top. So I'm still thinking through that, but I have to roll out all this clay, you guys, which it's going to take a lot. I did templates already, so I have like the template for this side, and then I have the template for this side. So that's done. But then I need to paint, and then I was thinking I might do checks. I want to leave the bottom, I'm going to paint this all black. But the sides I thought I could do black and white stripes, because that'll go with my theme. So let me go get started on this, and I'll be back and we'll get going. Okay, back to the next step. Let me tell you what I've done. So I went in and painted the sides with stripes. They look a little wonky because there's a and then not a divot, but you know, the shape of it is curved right here on all the corners. I don't care that the paint overspilled here because we're covering it, and so I wasn't real particular about that. And then I painted the bottom black. Now, when you're painting on a shiny surface like this, these gloss enamels are made for these kinds of surfaces. So use gloss enamels. I did that, and then I had the white. Okay, so I did do the top, and then I buffed it out, but I'm thinking I might want to repaint it, but I'm not sure yet. I can always do that at the end. I can just tape off the areas. And I don't care that this is showing through, because I'm actually going to be putting flowers, like, not flowers, but like green palm things in here. By the way, the size of this is 3 inches at the bottom and 5 inches at the top. So we have a 2-inch gradient. Okay, so that's what I've done so far. I also, that was a lie. I also took our templates and went ahead and cut them out so that they can go on top. Now, I didn't round the corners, but I can do that after the fact. But you can always take away, but you can't add, right? So I'm leaving the sharp corners on for right now. And then I want to show you something. You know when I told you in a previous video, I don't have them right here, to put a tile, like a ceramic tile, on top? This is the difference you'll get. This one did not have a ceramic tile on top, and it bubbled, and it did not bubble as bad as I thought it would. This is souffle, by the way, on a number 3. My lowest, thickest setting is 0. And this one has absolutely no bubbles. So, if you remember, put a ceramic tile on top. Okay? So, next. We're going to, oh my God. This is a hot mess. We're gonna go with the medium shells. Now, I think I told you I was going to use red. I pulled out all that clay. I was going to use a red background and a teal background, and I decided against that because I really want the colors just to stand out on their own. So I'm pulling out my Ready Gold Leaf. Again, you want to make sure they have premium gold leaf and they have premium Ready Gold Leaf. And the Ready Gold Leaf is the one that you want. This is from Craft Smart at Michael's. They also sell it on Amazon, and it is in my Amazon list. You will pay $2 more with Amazon, but you don't have to pay for shipping. So, if you run to Michael's, you can get them for $9.99. I think that's the price. But, you know, prices are just going up every day, so. And here's why I like this. Because you can just lay down the sheet with no problem. Although this is on souffle, so it's, if you lay this down on Primo, it sticks so much better. And I'm choosing to use souffle because I think that when I cut these shapes out, they'll be a little bit easier to work with than if I was on Primo and it got a little stretchier or something. So the next thing I want to do is put a texture on here. And which one do I want? Alright, let's do this one. Now, there's two, these are linked to my Amazon list too, and that is at the very top comment should be pinned from me. And it'll have my Facebook, it'll have my Amazon list, and it'll have blueberry beads. I know, I was holding that upside down last time. Thanks for bearing with me. Okay. Guys, gotta go to Blueberry Beads to buy your clay, unless you're like a wholesaler or something, because you're gonna save so much money. Okay, rule of thumb, when you put gold leaf down, it'll shift. So you're supposed to just go in with your palms, with your fingertips, and go over the whole area. I find that this gold leaf sticks fine if you have a little bit of clay for it to stick to on the outsides. So it's not shifting on me. And I can get a much better impression with my brayer. Now, great impression. None of that gold leaf came off. What you saw on there was from using the cheapy stuff. Okay? This looks really, really good. So, let's get started. No, we can't just cut it out. Should I leave some gold and then some painted? Just to mix it up a little bit? I don't know. Okay, I have 3 colors. This color actually matches the color of the inside of the vase. And I think I want a bright blue. I don't have it here. Hold on. I think I'm going to use this pearl sky blue. And I'm going to start with this color. Very, very lightly. And then you want to just go, well, at least this is what I do. I just pick some spots because I have 2 more colors to put down, and I want to put those in between and then have them overlap just gently. So I don't think there's going to be any red in this piece, which is fine. I have so much red and black and white checks out there. Like I said, it looks like Alice in Wonderland, and all my hanging mixed medias. I will definitely come live out there or send a picture when I get out there and this is on the table or something. Still have yet to find out if the mice got into my cushions over the winter. I really hope they didn't, because, oh man, I've been looking at the prices of this stuff, and it is not funny. Okay, I'm going to go in with this color, which is Coastal Waters. And Americana Silk. I just flipped that upside down, didn't I? I ordered these directly from Deco Art, so I don't think they're probably linked on my Amazon page. I don't know if they sell them or not. And I got them, like, in no time. That's one of the things I'm so... See, this is a much thicker one, so I got to be really light-handed. I'm so impatient. I hate when they're like, it'll be there in a week and a half. Because a lot of people that sell on Amazon can sell directly from their own facility, their own business. So, whatever. That's just me. This is looking really pretty. You know, guys, I was going to do silver, but I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't think so. But, you know, I preference gold, so you could do this with any color. Unfortunately, the Ready Gold Leaf only comes in gold. It says that there's a silver. I've never seen it, ever. So I would love if they would get it back on. But if not, I have linked just the little small square ones. Oops. These bottles are hard to manage how much you get out. I have the little square, like 3x3s or 3x5s or whatever they are. Those are linked to my Amazon list, and they're not too bad. But they're not like this. You will get some flaking, but they're gorgeous colors. I mean, I love them. But there's other ones you can buy. You don't have to go off of my list, obviously. But just be forewarned, some of them are really ugly to work with. Okay. I think this is going to give us a nice variety. Alright, so let me Let me throw away that wasted paint because I put too much on. Polymer. Alright, now I'm going to put my heat gun to this. I don't think I have my heat gun listed in my Amazon list. I'll see if they still sell it. It's a Auto Excel. And then it has different heat settings on it. Can't see it. 1 through 6. And it gets hot. You cannot touch this piece. But it's great. And then they have the smaller handheld ones, which work really well too, from what I've heard. I always just used to use a hairdryer. But over the years, I upgrade. I have something I want, and then I wait until I can get it. You know, so, I mean, this is like 10 years of accumulating things. That's why it appears I have so much. Other than I'm a hoarder and a shopaholic, but... Alright, now, very important, guys. Preach this, and I forget it sometimes. You gotta pick this up. Gotta pick it up. You want to know why? You'll never, ever get your cutouts off of here if you don't. Okay? So, where did my cutter go? It's such a mess over here. Oh my gosh. Oh, I just had it. Here it is. Make sure everything's flattened down. And then try and get as much real estate as you can. Okay, and then I often use an acrylic block to help me. Okay, those are going to be gorgeous. Alright, then I gotta turn this over. Then you want to line up where you were. So you, again, it's about the real estate. If you're afraid you can't line up exactly, I think you can. Okay, I'm just going to say that because I often can't line things up. Okay, so this is definitely going through. Might have to do another piece. Hey, little guy, get back there. Now, you're probably wondering, if you haven't seen me do this process before, how am I going to pick this up when they're all cut out and have them stay together? Well, we're going to use them all individually. It's sticking. It's sticking. So, I don't care. Alright, I got one more here, guys, and then get these back in place, or I'm going to disform them. Okay. Notice my TV is off. I know that it's distracting, and I appreciate the feedback, and I'm sorry. Okay, so, all the stuff. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take these. Some of these didn't cut perfect. That could be a bad thing. And I want them going this way. Now you need to overlap your edge. Actually, let's start at the top. No. Sorry, I'm thinking through this. And you just do the best you can. Now, I am picking colors that aren't necessarily next to each other. Otherwise, we would have picked up the whole thing and backed it somehow. I don't know. I'm saving scraps to fill in these places. Okay, so I'm going to fast forward this now. Okay, now that that's done, the next step is you want to press these in a little bit, okay? You don't want to hammer down on them, but you do want to press them in a little bit. Then you want to flip it over. And I don't have a flat blade long enough, so I'm going to use my flexible. And just make sure you're up against the sides. And you want to trim off your excess. Now, we're doing more pieces on the other side, so I'm not throwing this stuff away. Some of those pieces may fit on the other side. I thought I was going to run out, you guys. Hi, how about a piece of wax paper? Probably didn't eat it, but... yeah, I thought I was going to run out, and I made it to the very end with the very last little piece I had. So, these are just going over here. And if they become scrap, they become scrap. But if not, I don't know about you, but that's a clay thing. It's your biggest... Oh, that looks pretty. And then, wait till it's sealed. And I'm debating because I don't know if I want to resin this, which I can. It'll fit in my UV light. But then I have outdoor Mod Podge that I might want to use. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That's what I was going for. I know I'm so crazy with how I do things. Now we have to talk about the side. And I'm not going to keep you on camera for this because you just watched me do it. I'm not going to do the scales on the side. I'm only going to do the gold leaf, and I'm going to paint it. And it's going to be the solid gold leaf painted. If I don't like it, when I come back, we'll change it up. But that is where I'm at right now. Okay? So I will be back. And I'll do the other sides. So when I come back, all 4 sides should be done. And then we can talk about gluing it down and then putting borders around, maybe filling in with some chain link on the sides. So stay tuned for that. Okay, I am back, and these are out of the oven. Now, I want to mention something I forgot to do, and it seems to be okay. I did not, and I can't tell which one it was. I missed a step, but I caught it when I did the second one. You want to use liquid clay. I'm using the Kato Poly Clay, the transparent, the clear. You can also use Sculpey. Why am I doing it upside down again? Guys, until I get used to this, I'm so sorry if I'm upside down sometimes. Liquid Sculpey. Okay, the liquid polymer clay. Make sure it's a transparent. And if you have Bacon Bond, you can use that as well. I just prefer to use the clay because I don't notice a difference for what I do. Okay, so that's that. So these look really pretty. I'm real happy with them. I mean, for a first time using this cutter is not as easy to use as the hexagon one. They deform a little bit easier, but luckily because I used the souffle, I think they held their shape a little better. And then I did the sides plain. So then I didn't change my mind. I was following the creative process like I'm always preaching, and I decided I was going to go all black and get rid of the stripes because I was able to put these up and I was like, yeah, no. So I want to do some decorative things to this once we get these glued on. So that's going to be my next step. I have this turntable out. I know it's gross because I paint on it all the time. But I just wanted to point out, if you are painting something, it's so much easier to use a turntable. It just makes it so much easier, you know? So I've already got clay on the bottom of this. It's not sealed yet. I'm going to seal the whole thing at once when we're all done. These are not sealed either. Okay? So, let me put that away. And a couple other things I had that were on top of it. Alright, so the next step is to glue these on. And can I just move this a little? Okay. I'm going to use B6000. You can use E6000 as well. But this has been working really well for me. And I'm nervous about the shine, so I'm not using Weld Bond. Weld Bond would probably work perfectly fine, but I don't know. So my gut is telling me to go in this direction. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to use hot glue. Okay? This is going to be the permanent hold, and the hot glue is going to be the quick hold. What I really should have done is gone this way, so I can get closer to the edges. This does have a precision tip, so it takes a little while to get it out of here. And I have my small glue gun. I wasn't going to go pull my big glue gun out just for these. And you always want to put down your B6000 first because your hot glue is going to dry before you would get it down. Okay. And then I'm going to put some in the middle really good. Okay. Oh boy. Remember, using hot glue, you're not going to have a lot of wiggle room time. So you want to line it up at the top as easily as you can. Let's do the other big side. Sorry you can't see because of my hands. Sometimes I can't do anything about that. I know that happens a lot. I was going to do two sides before I came on the camera, and I forgot, so bear with me here. Oh my gosh. Now, you don't want to put the hot glue and the B6000 together. I mean, you don't want them to really, they can overlap slightly, but you want to try and stay away from that. Simply because I just took the paint off of that sucker. Shoot, hold on. See if I still have some on my brush. Oh, it was a... Okay, that's done. Until I touch it when I'm working on the sides, right? So, I mean, that's kind of pretty. For out by the pool area, I think it'll be cute. But I want to do something in here. So, let me just... Okay, these are the smaller ones. They should go quicker. What else? I've been getting a lot of good comments. And I really appreciate the feedback. Anyone with any criticisms has just been very polite about it. And that's nice. And then I have folks like Robin's always giving me tips if she sees I run into a problem. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, Robin. Robin must really know her stuff. But I'm learning from this too. So this isn't a one-way thing, guys. I really... like learning too. And if you guys have tips for me, share them. Because that is... Or questions. I have people that Facebook message me questions. And as of right now, I only have a couple, like 260. Which isn't bad. I'm pretty proud since I just started doing this a couple months ago. But I expect it to grow. And I don't know what will come of my time in managing the administrative parts as far as getting back to people in a timely manner. But the thing with me is that I will always do that. And I'll burn myself out before I won't respond to someone. So I have to make some decisions once it starts getting up there a little bit. But right now, take advantage of it. There's nobody else here. So this is just for me. So I'm not going to be like a kook about some of the nitpicking stuff. And I can go back at the end and really just pulled more paint off. I thought my paint was dry. Well, that was dumb. Let's see if I can do this again. I don't know if this paint is even still wet. I might have a little bit here. Okay. Now, this looks a little uneven at the top, and I know that, and I do that going into it. But, this is going to get a squirt of hot glue right here. I can pull off the rest later. Oh goodness. I'm all a sticky mess. Alright, now I'm going to put this, whoops, B6000 away. I'm going to turn my heat gun off. Okay. Whoops. So I'm going to want to put something in these corners when I'm thinking ball chain, and I think I might have gold. These aren't exactly even. I cut too much off of here after it baked because it was too big. Well. And I need to stop touching it. So I need to go find that and get my, I want to go around the top with some clay. And I have an idea, but I've never done it before. So we're going to learn that one together. So we're going to do that when I come back. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I did work ahead a little bit. I pulled some ball chain. This is 3.2 millimeters. So it's kind of in between the small and the large. That matches the gold. And I would have actually liked to use a bigger ball chain, but I didn't have any. So this is looking like a beauty. I'm so happy I got rid of the stripes in the middle. Now, it's perfectly imperfect, per usual, but I just love it so far. But what I have now is the top. And I took my extruder, okay, and you just take the top off, fill it with clay, put it back on, and you can twist. I did the biggest circle that I had so I could twist a rope. Showing this to the sky and not you guys. And I don't know. This may flop. But what I'd like to do is not have to put this in the oven. So I'm going to attempt to follow the top. Okay, I didn't realize this broke. Oh shoot, let me turn down the TV. So sorry, I know that bugs people. I'm just not used to it being off. So please bear with me, I apologize. But what I want to do, so this is the way you cut this. Now, I got to get back in the camera. Okay. You cut it at an angle like this. And you get rid of these two pieces. And then those two pieces will fit together. Now, I'm not just going to leave it like this. So my plan is to pick this off of here and bake it. That may be a big flop, but I'm willing to risk it just to see if it would work. Now, I need a needle tool. I'm not doing anything too fancy here. So And yeah, I'll probably paint the inside, but since it's just for me and I know I'm going to have flowers in it or greens in it, I mean, I don't really care. Plus, I used that blue on the outside, so it still ties in. It's just pretty messy. So, okay. Squirrel. Back to what we were talking about. So I want to go in and just put divots in. Randomly. They don't have to be totally even, because they're not anyway. And then I want to bake it and then use rub and buff on it. So it'll be mostly gold. I'm just choosing not to use mica powders. I think the rub and buff will stand out better, the gold rub and buff. Now this is assuming this comes out okay. And if it doesn't, I'll put another one on and I'll par bake it. I just don't know. I'm usually never afraid to bake after, but I've got a lot of different glues on here, and I've never glued with B7000 on it. So I'm not worried about the paint. I'm not worried about the clay. I'm not worried about, maybe I guess it's just the sides I would worry about a little bit. Okay, so that's how that looks. So pretty. I mean, look what you can do from a thrift store. All right, if you haven't seen this, go watch my needle tool video on my page. All you need is a needle and some clay. And then I make it ergonomic so it fits in my hand. And you don't have to do anything fancy out here, but I am going to start going over some beginner stuff soon. We need to talk about that a little more. All right, let me see if I can get this to work. Nope. Okay, I'm going to have to bake it in the oven, guys. Which is fine. This is Primo. Oh my gosh, I feel like I just told you this. This is Primo. I don't have any souffle. My heart is broken. I have to get some more, but I've just bought a lot recently. So I may just be working with Primo for a while here, because, I mean, it's just the way it is. Now I stretched it, so I have to cut this again. And I should have put, are you sitting there telling me I should have put down the, shoot, liquid clay? Will it even matter? They're both raw clay. But if it pops off, I can glue it back on. Okay. All right, let me go bake it, and then we'll be back. Okay, so you cannot put E or B7000 back in the oven. Weld bond can go back in the oven. White glue can go back in the oven. The glue I used today cannot. When I went to go take it out, everything had melted so much. The beads were coming off. All the sides were coming off. This one was like down here. My beads were like down here. And thank God the glue dries clear, because the whole thing was just covered. It looked like rubber cement everywhere. There's some divots in here. So I really did a job on this. It's still warm. And then everything broke. I mean, it's in pieces for my top, and I can't glue it back together because they crumbled like this. And I just think I'm going to leave it as is. This cover on the top should be covered. It's for me. I would never give this to someone. But man, oh man, I have to still say, I am so happy with this. And it's going to look great at where I wanted it. And I only spent $1.50 on my surface. And it's really unique. So I just am very happy. I'm not happy what happened in the oven. I stayed down here to make sure nothing smelled. You know, I don't need to burn my house down. But nothing, you know, I don't know. It was a low temperature, so I'm surprised. I'm not surprised about the glue. Now we know. And I'm glad it happened to me and not you. But I'm surprised that my Primo is breaking. Like, it's just totally busting up. And I don't understand why, because that shouldn't happen. I only had it in there for 23 minutes. Preheated. It was preheated. Because I wanted to check on it and see if it needed longer. I'm not surprised it fell off, because we talked about that. I might have had to glue it back on, which would have been fine. But, I may, you know, once I think about things, come back and do something else with the top. But for right now, I'm done with this project. And I don't need it right away. But I do have to get some other things done. For that sale. She told me I could give her 8 to 10 things. Oh my gosh. She's so sweet. So I need to do some more work before that. Yes, I have 8 to 10 things, but I know her audience. So we may just be working on another project that won't be anything like really new, other than whatever the theme is. It might be repetitive of doing these mosaic shapes. I'm not sure. That's the next thing that I'm going to go work on. But I am done with this guy for now. And I may come up with something for the top. But I'm not right now. So I'm going to end the video here. And I appreciate you guys watching along. And I will be back real soon. Bye.